What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Chill, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content you watch on the WWE Network as well as on Peacock. And today we're talking the March 29, 2021 edition of Raw Talk. I think Xavier Woods filled in for R-Truth last week. R-Truth was once again conspicuous by his absence on the show. So I'm not sure what it might be related to, if it's a COVID thing or something else, but R-Truth was once again absent from Raw Talk this week, this time being replaced by MVP. Last week it was Xavier Woods, this week MVP, and he and Kevin Patrick had a very, what would the word be, a lot of tension there between he and Kevin Patrick on this episode. And I gotta say, I've liked Kevin Patrick as the host of Raw Talk over the last month, replacing and filling in for Charlie Caruso, and my phone just went off, I apologize. But, I have largely enjoyed Kevin Patrick as the host of Raw Talk over the last month. This was not one of his better outings. Whether it was what they told him to say or just the chemistry that he had with the guests, whether it was Miz and Morrison and MVP kind of going off the rails, or the Asuka segment, which was a complete fucking mess. And then even the Riddle stuff was stupid. It was entertaining at times, but it was pretty stupid overall. Not a great episode of Raw Talk this week. But before they get to any of the guests, MVP brings up how it wasn't the Hurt family, it wasn't the Hurt friends or whatever, it was the Hurt business. It was nothing personal to kick out Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin from the group. And, like every other business, they had to cut weight. And they weren't getting the job done, so they booted them from the group, which I thought was ridiculously dumb to already be breaking up the Hurt business. It's been less than a year. Why the fuck are they already splitting up this stable? I mean, Retribution I get. The Hurt business is like the absolute best part of Raw right now. Why the hell would you do that? So anyway, he brings up how kind of throwing the opportunity out there, offering a business opportunity to the Raw locker room, saying that, hey, if anyone goes after McIntyre before Mania, it's an opportunity and we'll give you a WWE Championship match potentially at some point. And it's just business, he said. And they recapped the ending to Raw that saw, I was falling asleep at this point, but McIntyre beat Ali during Raw, not Raw Talk. McIntyre beat Ali, and then Corbin came out to attack McIntyre, which was just terrible. And I like Corbin, but do we need another McIntyre, Lashley, Corbin, storyline on Raw? Don't bring me back to 2018. God, that was terrible. But anyway, he brings up how, he just offered people a business opportunity, and he won't comment on whether he knew about Corbin in advance or not. And he also brings up Ricochet. Ricochet was one of the people that he offered an opportunity to backstage, and they have history with him. They have history with the Hurt Business, or Ricochet has history with the Hurt Business, that is, with Bobby Lashley and MVP. And, he doesn't really comment on it any further than that, but they're always looking for new recruits, whether it be a Ricochet or someone else. I don't think there was any reason to boot Alexander and Benjamin from the group, but that's just me. So they welcome on Riddle, and MVP jokes about him forgetting his line on Raw, which he absolutely did, in that backstage segment with Asuka, which I didn't notice it the first time when I watched Raw last night, but it is hilarious in retrospect, so they joke about that here. Riddle feels that Sheamus is just trying to get under his skin by bullying him and attacking him and then going after him on Raw, and MVP says, hey, listen, Riddle, you don't bring respect to that U.S. Championship. Sheamus beat you on Raw, and Riddle was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to win a WrestleMania. MVP brings up, he already beat you on Raw, so why are you so sure that he's going to beat you or that you're going to win a WrestleMania? And Riddle brings up, well, didn't you hold this championship at one point, and you attacked people from behind and did shit like that? And MVP says he has no recollection of that whatsoever. So anyway, they close out that segment by talking about Riddle's abs on Instagram, just a pretty pointless segment. Then they welcome on Asuka. So Asuka talks about how she still has temporary teeth coming off the kick from Shayna Baszler a few weeks ago. And Kevin Patrick, one of those dumb questions of whether Asuka is afraid of Rhea Ripley, because she's the Nightmare. That's the new nickname they're playing up for Rhea Ripley now. And she kind of looks at him like he's an idiot, and it was a really stupid question to ask, and MVP was even like, why would you even ask that? Asuka is the most dominant performer on this show. Her reign has been pretty forgettable, but she is pretty dominant. She's been very successful. Why would you even think about asking her that? You know what I mean? So that was kind of the end of the segment. MVP called her a national treasure, and that was it. The Asuka segment was completely pointless. Miz and Morrison then come on, and then everything just goes hostile. It just goes completely downhill. And mind you, MVP, Miz, and Morrison are all heels. But MVP just tells them flat out after seeing him at the beginning of the show that he thought the hey, hey, hop, hop rap from Miz and Morrison was complete crap. He thought it was the worst thing he's ever heard, and Elias sings better songs. He has better music than Miz and Morrison. He also makes fun of Morrison's look and the hair and the Mr. Halloween jacket shit, the big puffy orange jacket that he was wearing in Raw this week. And MVP was on a roll on this show. He was even mocking Miz's short WWE Championship reign. He was like, weren't you a champion just recently? Like for a very short period of time? And Miz, brought up how MVP has never held the WWE Championship, and MVP said that, well, I never had an opportunity, and they just kind of they go off by themselves. Unless this is leading to a Miz and MVP match like it's 2010, I'm not even really sure what the point of any of this was. It was entertaining to a degree, but it was like, why are they bickering? Who cares about this? So within 5 minutes, they finally fucking got to Miz addressing Bad Bunny, why he'll beat him at WrestleMania, the pretty standard usual stuff from Miz. Morrison said that after Miz wins, Miz is going to saw off Bad Bunny's foot like it's a rabbit foot and carry it around for good luck. And Miz is like, I don't know if I would do that. And MVP brought up, I don't know what kind of foot fetishes you would be into and rubbing his foot and whatever. But basically just calling him weird. And Miz said, listen, Bad Bunny has disrespected John and I from the start. We're going to beat some respect into him at WrestleMania. And then they play the Hey Hey Hop Hop music video, at least part of it, to close out the episode. So this was a pretty abysmal episode of Raw Talk. I've enjoyed it more in recent weeks than I ever have before, just because before with Charlie it was terrible. Kevin Patrick hopefully is not approaching that territory, because he's pretty good. So again, I'm not sure, and I'm not even saying Charlie was bad either, it's just what they gave her to say was terrible, and I'm sure from what it looks like in this episode, Kevin Patrick made it maybe no different. It is a refreshing change of pace, but so far, he's done well. This episode was not good. The Miz and Morrison stuff was all over the place. The Asuka segment was a complete joke. And then the Riddle stuff was a joke too. So nothing you really need to go out of your way to watch here from the March 29th, 2021 edition of Raw Talk. There's a lot more stuff I still have to get to here on the channel, whether it be the Icons episode from a few days ago, among other stuff. So please bear with me. All those videos will be up soon enough. It's just been an incredibly busy past week or two, so I appreciate your support. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content, and hit the bell button to be notified every time a new video goes up. Have a great week, guys. We got more interviews coming in the next week or two as we head into WrestleMania from the stars of all your favorite wrestling promotions, whether it be Ring of Honor last week or Impact, WWE, NXT, and so much more. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe, as I mentioned earlier. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.